What's up, Samurai? We are back with more. We've got you-know-who. The scam artist, the garbage man. Luxion is back. So we'll get to check out his inventory really quickly. I'll probably end up posting my Trove stream from the other day today as well. And then I've got some other videos planned for you guys, but I'll talk about those momentarily. Yeah, that's not good. That's pretty overpriced for some of these items. Okay, so we've got Yongari, which is a event item. Yongari, there we go. Is this an event item or was this a store item? No, it's an event item. Yeah, this was like from the Heroes event or something like years ago, if I recall. It's just a spider mount. Yeah, it's got like these weird colors because that was to do with the Vanguard when he came out. They had like some hero event, if I recall. The refined Raptor. Now this is interesting because this was, was this a daily login mount or something, like something that you had to craft with daily tokens, if I recall. I'm not exactly sure. I don't fully remember. Maybe it was just an event entirely. But you can see his stats suck. They're not really anything crazy. Actually, I think I'm mixing this Raptor up with the Hydra ally. Yeah. I don't remember what this is from, but honestly speaking, it's just a dopey little ally. The fact that they sell words, I can't type well. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like tradable, and 500,000 flux is pretty okay for 75 dragon coins. However, I have seen items go for like 80 dragon coins and sell for over $1 million, because this is obviously an ally that is just for the sake of mastery and not actually anything cool. The Fae Target Dummy, I'll actually show you guys this. Well, I was gonna say I'll show you guys this in a second, but let me go and find one. I'm pretty sure we have one over here in the trophy hall, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong because I think we might have moved it. Crap. Yeah, okay. Well, it used to be here. Oh, it's been a couple of years, dude. I'm not exactly sure. So basically, it's just going to end up being the same as these Heckbug training dummies, so you can shoot at them and test out your damage. They break and bug out every now and then. Like this one, I'm not actually dealing maximum damage. It's just because the way that they calculate damage is broken. So what you have to do is you break it, put it in your inventory, put it back down on the ground, and then that'll end up resolving the problem with the training dummy. So if you don't have any of the other training dummies, they can be pretty useful just for trying out your damage. I don't know, it's still really difficult to like calculate it because it obviously doesn't trigger like a boss health bar at the top of your screen or anything like that. Usually it's easier to test your damage on other things, but anyways, they're also not going to end up having the darkness stat, which is armor basically, and light is the stat that is armor piercing. So by having more of a light stat, we end up dealing more damage to these enemies that have the darkness stat. The training dummies don't have that stat, so that's why the damage numbers that you do on a training dummy are going to be completely different from when you're fighting enemies in U10 and other areas in Geode Surface and stuff, you know? So then we've also got Banner of the Tomb Lords and a Banner of the Fae Court. These are, I'm not gonna buy these. I'm sorry, you can kind of see the pictures of these already right here. These are going to be placed down on the ground, right? I'm pretty sure it's just a cosmetic item that you can just plant down in your club world or your cornerstone or whatever. I don't think that it's one that you would equip to your character. Let me see actually. So Banner of the Tomb, is it a, oh, yeah. Okay, so it is actually a banner style then. I don't want it. Fine, don't say I don't do anything for you guys. It's not like I spend my dragon coins on anything else. Let's be real here, dude. Okay, so anyways, that's going to end up being this one right here, which, okay, looks cool. I'll favorite it, even though I never use banners. And then this one right here, which again, okay, cool. I'll favorite it just because why not? Whatever. And then there's going to end up being 5 Luxion Style Stash, which, come to think of it, I think I needed these. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a couple of these just to keep them. So basically these will unlock random seasonal event pinata or equipment style stash, like just stuff that your style stash couldn't otherwise unlock. Seems like I actually used all of them. Disgusting. But yeah, it's just going to end up being in like specific category tabs of items that the style stasher won't unlock otherwise. And then there's 10 bound brilliance for 25 dragon coins each. Keep that in mind. Each of them costs 25 dragon coins. So 25 dragon coins times 10, 250 dragon coins just to get all of these bound brilliance. Don't do it, because you can just buy bound brilliance from Luxion next week instead. And then there's of course going to end up being the Golden Hoard Dragon Soul, which of course you have to consume 100 of these over the course of many weeks, because you gotta buy them from Luxion this week. Next week is going to end up being Luxion, so you can't buy them, and you can only buy 15 at a time. It's going to cost you 400 dragon coins in total, and ultimately you'll end up getting all these different badges and items, so you can just see it in that category. And you'll end up getting a couple different dragons, but I'm just going to show you guys the maxed out one because I don't care. And it's going to be this bad boy right here. Now, lastly, while I have your guys' attention, you know, I like to use these Luxion videos to kind of clue you in on things that are going on. And I think going into the future, I'm going to have a little bit more leeway towards myself, because usually I try to be very careful with what I'm talking with you guys about. Like, my point being is that I will be like, okay, well, the average person that's watching these Luxion videos is just curious about Luxion's inventory. They don't care about hearing any of this other stuff. And more importantly, you guys are interested in Trove stuff if you're watching the Trove video and you're not interested in other things. But I thought that, you know, these being something that comes every 2 weeks, it could be a nice excuse for me to kind of talk about some behind the scenes stuff and talk about some things that are going on with the channel. So one thing that you guys have probably very much noticed in the comments section, there's a lot of bots lately, and I can't get rid of them because there's nothing in place to prevent these bots from being created under multiple different accounts. So basically, like, I'll see a bot comment that's like, oh, thank you so much for this extraordinary video. And then you end up clicking on their channel and it goes to an X-rated website, right? And so I'll end up reporting that channel and banning it off of my channel, only to find that there's another one that's doing the exact same comment, but under a completely different channel name, right? And it's still the exact same thing, you know, goes to the exact same stupid website. So it's been frustrating dealing with that. And unfortunately, it's kept me from being able to manage myself, like replying and reading most of your guys' comments, just because it's been an ongoing struggle for me. I did reach out to YouTube on Twitter and they said that they're looking into it. I don't know what that means. But what I'm trying to attempt as a solution is I'm literally taking their sentence, like what they have in their comment, I'm copying it verbatim and throwing it into the filter. So it might grab some of your guys' comments. I'm just saying, I don't know how strict the filter is going to be, whether it's going to take all of those individual words and hide those comments, or if it's just going to take the entire sentence and hide the comments. That's the ideal, right? So beyond that, what else has been going on? Well, there's going to be a retro game on the channel sometime soon, and it's going to be very unique. I'm quite proud of it. I know it's probably not going to be popular at all, but I basically have been secretly recording a retro playthrough of a stealth game that I loved back, you know, when I was younger. And I haven't uploaded a single video of it. And what I decided to do was have the entire playthrough as one video. So you guys are going to get like a 14-hour video soon. That was insanely tedious and really backlogged my schedule more than I thought it would, because it took like 12 hours to have that video fully rendered. And then even so, it's going to take even longer for it to process on YouTube as I've begun uploading it. So I'm just saying that that's kind of, you know, that really affected like just my own schedule because as it was rendering, I obviously couldn't really do anything on my computer, and I didn't think it would take that long. But I wanted to do it as kind of an experiment. I don't think I'm going to do that again. I do have another retro series planned after it that I'll address as we get closer to the date. But that's probably going to be more of a traditional Let's Play. And I do want to start bringing the retro games back to the channel. When I was talking with my buddy Nintendo, even he said, oh, so you're going back to being Antignorot, which was my YouTube channel way back in the day. And, you know, I focused a lot of my playthroughs on these retro games that I grew up playing. And yeah, to a degree, I am going to be doing that. I think that it's very, I don't know. I just enjoy those games so much. And the way that games have been nowadays has just been kind of like, you know, AAA games now kind of suck. You know, it's very rare to have a AAA game be something that becomes an all-time favorite of mine, you know, whereas these older games I can just find infinitely replayable. A lot of it's just got to do with nostalgia, but anyways, I'm not trying to get into any of that stuff more than I need to. I just felt that I would end up letting you guys know some of the real stuff that's going on. Some of the other stuff that I am planning to happen soon is obviously with Trove. I want to do more Leviathan videos. With Wayfinder, I want to do more of the Let's Play stuff. I'm gonna try and have a video today. We've actually got our first event going on in Wayfinder, so I don't know if I'll have it as a recorded video or a live stream. I don't know, we'll see. But we've got the new character coming really soon. Core Keeper is having a major update next week that I'm definitely going to end up playing on the channel. I might experiment with doing it as a stream versus recorded, but we'll see what happens with that. There's also the New World update coming. I'm not planning on playing that at the moment. And then also something that I addressed in my stream the other day is I ended up becoming a part of the Ubisoft like creators program. And I thought, you know, I'm a part of a lot of different programs, you know, as far as being a creator is concerned. And usually it doesn't really mean that much other than maybe I just get some news about new games coming. But I was really surprised to see that I got an email of them saying, yeah, we're going to throw you a key to Assassin's Creed. And I was just like, wait, really? So I get to play the new Assassin's Creed game, which is kind of cool because I feel like in a lot of ways it, you know, it feels more like a retro-ish game. Like I know it's a new modern Assassin's Creed, but it's trying to be like Assassin's Creed 1 and 2. And I was interested in it, not enough that I wanted to pick it up myself. So I'm really appreciative that Ubisoft did that. And now I would love it if they gave me the Japan Assassin's Creed in a couple of years. But honestly, this is probably the only game I'll get out of them. We'll see what happens with it, though. Either way, I just wanted to kind of be full transparent with you guys, let you know things are doing good. Just I'm very, very busy. On top of that, with my personal life. You know, I'm actually getting really close to my 1-year anniversary with my wife, which hits October 1st. And to celebrate, we're going to go skydiving October 2nd. So there probably won't be a video or anything by that point, but I'll still post about it on Instagram and stuff. I've been pretty good with posting on Instagram. A lot of it has just been stories though, which, you know, I know that content kind of expires or whatever, but I don't know. I've been trying to use my socials a lot more, and then I fall behind, you know, with like Twitter. I was hitting it pretty hard, and then I fell behind with all of it. But anyways, again, I just wanted to have this as a segment to kind of clue you guys in, and I think that we'll do something similar to this going forward. Rather than me having a dedicated video talking about all this stuff, I could just talk about it in the Luxion video. But let me know what you guys think. You know, would you prefer me have it as a segmented video all to itself? I don't know. It's up to you. But anyways, if you do have any retro game suggestions, let me know, because I'm always open to adding these games to my list. One thing that I've been trying to do this whole year is play games that you guys suggest more. So the main catalyst for that was Hogwarts Legacy. I wasn't planning on playing at all, but so many of you guys were yelling at me to try it out. And then I did, and it was really, really good. And, you know, even more recently, I forced myself to start playing Baldur's Gate because everyone's talking about how good it is. And then I was like, oh man, yeah, I get it now. It's not my game, but I understand why it's such a, you know, so, you know, high up there with its ratings and everything. And I'm just saying that it's been really fun for me to kind of try these things out and be more experimenting rather than letting my lack of patience get the better of me, where I start playing a game, I get bored and I just stop, you know? Obviously, I know which games I like and I lean towards that. And that's kind of the plan that I'm going to be doing from now into the future with the channel. Save for Trove and Wayfinder, which are going to be persistent on the channel for many, many years. Well, hopefully Wayfinder keeps getting updates. Anyways, sayonara and stay epic, everybody.